He would go out at sunset, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari's names. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have.
Welcome. Thanks for coming, everybody. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Krishna. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Nityananda Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Oh. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Caitanya, Shri Krishna Caitanya, Shri Krishna Caitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita. Haridas, 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 Rupa, Rupa, Raghuna, 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 Rupa, Raghuna, Rupa, Raghuna, Rupa, Raghuna, Rupa, Rupa, Raghuna, Harita, Rupa, Sadhu, Rupa, Sadhu, Rupa, Sadhu, Rupa, Sadhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Purchase
Krishna
your
Krishna,
tracks today.
Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, turn your mics on. We'll chant a little japa. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama Rama
Rama.
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare
Oh my Lord
Krishna, Krishna,
Oh my
Hare
Lord
Hare Rama,
Krishna Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna,
Sri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare Hare
Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama.
Sri Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya Sri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Chaitanya
Hare Rama,
Sri
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Sri
Hare Krishna,
Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya Sri
Hare
Krishna
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gauda Bhakta Vrinda.
Krishna. So, how can this get any deeper? I don't know, man. I'm always surprised every day. This is great. I'm very proud to share this with people. You can mute your mic.
The music.
Oh, music. Good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud.
Mute my mic?
Mute your mic. Yeah, if you can. Yeah. If not, it's okay. I think it's okay. Yeah. So so nice to share this path. It's so perfect, so deep. You know, it's like the Lord shows me this relationship between his devotees and himself. It's literally simultaneously one and different. Unbelievable. I mean, to actually see that, experience that, you know, it's, it's unbelievable. It's fantastic, man. To be one and different from God. Wow. See, in the position as a devotee, that's why it says, you know, the scriptures are so right on. That's so conclusive. Like these scriptures are written by perfected devotees, you know. It says Krishna appears in these different forms. One is Krishna, you know, that's a form, or Ram, or some form. That's his original forms, especially Krishna. Probably the more original is Lord Caitanya, because he's the combined form of Radha and Krishna, where it's all drawn back into one again, you know. And so they separated for pastimes. But still, they have the pastimes, him, you know, in separation, you know, created the separation within himself. He's worshiping like that, tasting that nectar of a devotee does, like Radha does. So, the whole thing is trippy. The whole thing is like mind-boggling. That's why you can't figure it out with your mind. You have to get the mercy. It's only by grace and mercy can you really get this. When I look at you and Shamaguri, it's one and different. It's one and different. That's this thing. Yeah, so the verse is Krishna appears as in his original form as Krishna, and then he appears as the plenary portions like Nityananda, Advaita, or any number of them. See, these are very big forms of the Lord. Simultaneously one and different. Okay? And also, he comes also. That's why I said the Lord comes as a devotee. To realize these verses is unbelievable. It's like, that's why I'm hooked. There's no way, there's nothing that can be better than this. It is so truthful. It is so on the money. It is so real. It's exactly the way things are. There's no greater realization than that. And so the devotee is simultaneously one and different also. And the Lord wants to give this realization. This is the highest realization, to realize that, you can only realize it with the association of devotees from Vrindavan. This is that pastime with Brahma. Remember Brahma stole the cowherd boys, and the Lord immediately created them again. It was the same ones. And then he took them out of the cave. See? It's simultaneously one and different. They're that close. Unbelievable. Yeah. And so the devotee and the spiritual master, that's why, we have a high standard here. And the high standard is not based on how many austerities you do or how much renunciation or how many lakhs you chant. It's how much of that mercy is manifested in you. See? And so the only viable way to attain it is somehow or other a devotee appears in this world and transmits this potency so that you can build it, you can grow it. It's like you got to get a seed, you have to put it in the ground. So the devotee, the associate Lord Caitanya, plants the seed in the devotees, and then you water it, and you become like real devotees do, and you water it, it grows. That's why you got to stay close here, so it grows and gets really strong. See, to withstand the onslaughts of the Lord's Maya, because his Maya is very strong until this grows and fructifies into love of God. See, then it becomes strong enough to defend itself against the Maya. So that's the journey. So that's what people get bhakti lata bees here. Or if you've gotten it from another lifetime, like some people come here and they just awaken really fast. But still, they got to do everybody. I have to do the same process. You have to do this. Everybody at any state. The danger point is to get people here long enough to where they're purified, so the seed goes in and begins to sprout, and then you water it enough so it starts to grow, and you get more and more experience that this is real. You see, that this is a new life. You start to you understand what real mercy is, what the grace is, and what the spiritual potency is. You got to have a lot of experience, man. So it gets really strong. And then the fructification of the love of God, now you're in your natural position as, I'm an eternal associate of the Lord. I'm here to worship the Lord. I'm here to serve the Lord. See? That's all you can get here. I don't know where else you can get this kind of grace. You actually have to be with real devotees, watering it and teaching it and instructing these confidential teachings. Okay? It's not enough just to have a devotee like Prabhupada who is just naturally doing it, but not before everybody and teaching this level of devotional service. That's why this is very necessary for the ISKCON devotees and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti. It's not enough to just hear Narayan Raj talking about Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. You have to actually feel that seed going inside, and it has to sprout, and you have to water it. It has to grow and grow beyond, the false ego of name and fame and this austerity, the pride of being austere. There's and competition of austerities, all this weird stuff, that comes. It's in the modes. So everybody has to do this, and this is a very rare place to even get the opportunity. It's been 500 years since you had any situation like this where you could practically, and anybody, look at even drawing people in here that even though I know all about a lot of this stuff going on, even people who don't believe They can't see through the Mayatava. They don't believe what I'm saying is true on that level. Still, the Lord's attracted. To me, that's proof of his mercy. Anybody can come, even if you're, you have another opinion about what's really going on in the Maya. See, the Maya not so important. See? And the Lord will still give you this ecstasy. Now that's pretty amazing grace, huh? You can even have a different opinion on the. See, I don't care so much whether you believe the shot is right or anything. Okay, so maybe you just won't be able to stick around as long as some others. That's all. But still, if you come here and you have faith in Lord Caitanya, that's the main thing. Faith in Lord Caitanya is faith in ecstatic devotion. Faith in this ecstasy. Faith in these words of truth about the absolute truth. Faith in conclusive truth. This other stuff, maybe you're not clear about it. Later on, you will be. You'll see that. I am so crystal on that, what's going on. It's not. But it's still to do with the material body, so I could see that Krishna's fudging on that and not making it so important. But we can't fudge on the conclusive truth about what is true. This is very important. You have to come to the point of accepting the ecstatic devotion and the philosophy of Lord Caitanya as it is, so that you're not deviated by all these speculations and mayas and everything. It's kind of like that. I place all my bets on this. Me too. You're not doing anything that I am not doing. It's not like I'm teaching you something that I'm not doing. I put all my eggs in this basket. I have no other place to go. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm convinced enough. So, I just to see the mercy, how it's going out, man. This is fantastic to see all these happy devotees now, more and more, getting through these. They're tolerating their karmas, from their past and speculations and, and getting through and becoming more and more blissful. It's fantastic. I think it's great. Okay. So chapter 5 of Shamaguri, you don't have this, so just listen. Chapter 5 of Nectar Moon of Lord Caitanya. But I will, I can also send it, if you can see the private chat here, if you want to follow along, I put the link in the private chat if you can figure out how to do it. If not, just forget about it, okay? So here's the link, just in case. Okay, in case you can. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, here we go. So, the Advent, verse 34. The Advent of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu is like an expanding ocean of nectar. See, this is what people need to know. What are the symptoms of this bhakti? It is so pristine, so rare, and it is so as it is. You either got it or you don't, man. Are you in this ever-expanding ocean of bhakti? This ocean of love of Krishna, or not? See? The bhakti is bhakti, just like Krishna is Krishna. He's got a nature. Bhakti has a nature. It's very pure. It's the only thing pure in this universe. It's the only thing purifying. It's the only thing that can really purify the heart. No other thing. No, you can follow a million rules and be a perfect Brahmin and everything. But you know what Lord Caitanya says? I'll just say what he says, because it's perfect. Oh, perfect Brahmins cannot purify themselves or anybody else. Okay? You see, people need to know that. They don't know that. They think, no, Prabhupada said to be a Brahmin and Varnashram Dharma. He did. But that's the contamination. That's for neophytes. Are you ready to move on? See? That's a contamination for, that's not pure devotion, is Varnashram Dharma. That's not pure bhakti. That can't even touch the heart yet. That's why you see the devotees on the Vaidhi level, unless you got real bhakti and you got this mercy somehow or other, then you won't appreciate the devotees on this platform. See, you will usually, criticize them or laugh at them or something. You have to ultimately, in some lifetime, accept the mercy of a real devotee that has real bhakti. And you see why the teaching is important? Because you got to understand the conception of pure bhakti as well as its energy. Usually you have to hear first, you have to hear the conception from a real devotee. And then you can begin to accept the ecstatic devotion. Because first the conception, that's why you got to hear first from the Shiksha Guru, the conception of pure bhakti. That's why they wrote the books. So that eventually somebody will preach that to you. And then the next stage is to accept the feeling, to accept the energy of bhakti to purify you. It's just like, you got a cleaning agent, right? You got to use it. You can't just have the Mr. Clean. I don't know if you ever seen this commercial. They have Mr. Clean in the bottle. See? You can carry that bottle around. That's like carrying Prabhupada's books around. The Mr. Clean is inside the book, inside the conception. See, that's the cleaning agent. But you can't get at all you're carrying around is the book. You carry it around, put it on the shelf and say, oh, the book is so great and everything. You don't know its greatness. You need to access the cleaning agent, which is the conclusive understanding of the absolute truth. And that's what cleans your heart. That means you got to understand Guru Tattva from a real devotee. Okay? Otherwise, you won't accept real devotee. That's the problem. Prabhupada didn't enunciate Guru Tattva enough to where people got it. His disciples still don't got it, most of them, right? If they did, they'd be here in a second. We are teaching exactly what the contents in that book. We're taking out Mr. Clean from the bottle and just wiping down the whole situation. Guru Tattva is a secret. Yeah, that's a secret they don't know. Otherwise, you got to show the deed, right, Shamaguru? You got to show the deed that you're not worshiping a guru that can't liberate you, because that's what the book teaches in chapter 1. The Lord Caitanya comes as a spiritual master, and if he's coming as a spiritual master, I guarantee you that is ecstatic personality. That is a Shuddha Bhakta. That ain't no person in the mode of goodness going to deliver you. It never happened and it never will. It's Shuddha Bhakti that delivers Krishna. Shuddha Bhakti is Krishna. That's one of his manifestations. Is the manifestation of Krishna is his energy, his power, his potency, Radha, devotion. See? That's his power. That's the power to deliver. If you don't come to the point of awakening devotion, the best you can get is liberation. But you're not getting into Vrindavan, where there's all those devotees with bhakti. There are many people interested in liberation. Eckhart Tolle might be liberated soul, but he's not getting into Vrindavan. He doesn't even care about it. He just wants to be, he likes liberation. Many Vaishnavas they just want to be liberated. We got some here that want to just liberation. One told me, he says, I just want to be liberated. I said, that's okay. Yeah, come here, stay here, and you'll get liberation very easily and so much more that you can't even conceive of, because that light of liberation, that freedom from misery, wanting to go back to Godhead is also another liberating thing that Prabhupada said, yeah, you need to want to go back to Godhead. But a devotee, I don't care about going. I am in God. I want to chant the holy name in great ecstatic bhakti and closeness with God. Whether if I can't do it there, I'd rather do it here and stay here. Then go to Vaikuntha. That ain't close enough for me. I'm spoiled brat. Krishna spoiled me. Lord Caitanya spoiled me. I, Vaikuntha, won't satisfy. I'm like Gopakumara. He went there, he wasn't satisfied. And Narada Muni laughs and says, look at this Gopakumara. He attained the highest abode that's so difficult. You know, you couldn't do enough austerities to even get Vaikuntha, and he's unhappy in Vaikuntha. That's Goharidas. I'm spoiled. I'm here to spoil Shamaguri and everybody else. Will the shout? Am I shouting? I thought I was just talking. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was shouting. This was just kind of common talk for me. Sometimes this chanting makes me a little bit crazy, you know? Crazy wisdom. There's some kind of wisdom comes from it. It's a bit crazy delivery, you know? Very, very flamboyant. Gets your attention, doesn't it? Keeps you awake. You felt like falling asleep in this class there, Shamaguri? No. You are like a transcendental Santa Claus. Every day is Christmas. Oh, wow. Man, Amy is really, she's got some good one-liners, two-liners. She's quite the comedian. What mad talks we have here, huh? It's totally crazy, huh? Who would be attracted to these things? I don't know. Is this good preaching? I mean, it doesn't seem normal here, you know, these kind of talks. Seems like the Wild West or something. Unregulated place. It's definitely not regulated. We're not doing any regulative program here, huh? You know, well, yeah, it's time for Bhagavad Gita class, and let's time it right. 45 minutes. That was the time of the class. 45 minutes. And time for prasadam or the next program. Although I'm getting close to the time, man. I got the fasting clock. Our cheerleader, Amy Rose, yes. The best preaching in the world, Aman says. Oh, great. I'm glad you appreciate. See, Gohari, I'm one madman, and Aman Narayan is another madman. Therefore, he took my words as truth and interesting and great. Only a madman. You ask Ram Das Vijayavasi if he believes in my preaching. You ask Radhanath if he thinks my words are great. And they won't. A lot of times they won't even comment because they know if they make a comment, then they're exposed because their comments will expose them. Because the ones who know here, they listen long enough. You listen to a guru, if they comment, Gohari Das is crazy and this and that. Oh, some devotees here will take notice. Think, oh, Maya has been found out. That's what when Prabhupada's godbrothers, he said, actually, my godbrothers are envious of me. There's actually only one that may be not envious of me. Actually, my godbrother is very competitive. And actually, they just want to, he said on and on and on. You see? And I thought, oh, now I know the real situation. And some devotees learned afterwards. You know how they learned? They saw the activity. See, it's always in the deeds. If you're with a real devotee with the empowerment, man, and they teach you intimate, confidential things that most of the world doesn't know, that worldly religionists don't know, then when you see it enacted, the deed of it, then you become aware. So, for example, Prabhupada was saying all these things about the godbrothers, right? And they weren't quite sure, some of them, if that was really true. And then Prabhupada disappeared. And then they're watching the eulogies of some of the godbrothers. And they were acting just like Prabhupada said, proud, competing, competitive, putting him down like on a lower level, thinking, oh, we're actually sannyas. He was just, like that. And they because they had faith in Prabhupada, they could see that. Otherwise, you can't see. The Maya is too subtle. That's why even on this level, all this stuff, it's a no-brainer for me. It always has been. But even for some in our Sangha, no, we really, no, it's as we think, we're. There's something there also, maybe it's just when you think you're a little more intelligent. I like people to make up their own minds gradually, get their own experience. So we'll see where that one goes. Normal is putting me to sleep. Yeah, there we go. That's why I like Daphne. She's with the program. She gets it. Exactly. We don't do normal here. We do abnormal. People, that one guru said, "Go Haridas, you're abnormal." He told Radha, his disciple, "Go, he's abnormal. Abnormal." And he's right. This is abnormal. Ab is above normal. Ab, above. A, above. Ab, above. Normal. It is above normal. It's different. Lord Caitanya is different. His devotees are different. Got to be different. Because, Shuddha Bhaktas are different than ordinary devotees. The only way they would look the same is if they're hiding, like Prabhupada and like Bhakti Siddhanta might have, or Bhakti Vinod. Bhakti Vinod was a good hider, man. He really hid. But all real devotees, Vrindavan devotees are above normal. They're above normal devotees. They're above the kind of worship that's taught in the 4 varnas and ashrams. Did you know that? Probably didn't know that. It's in the Shastras. Their worship is above the normal worship of devotees. It's abnormal. Very abnormal to be so informal with Krishna. But you see, some people are attracted because look, we got 15 people listening. Must have some attraction, huh? Must be, yeah, it's very attractive to certain people. I'll pull a Jesus on you. Blessed are those who are not offended by me, where by me is by my preaching. That's what Jesus meant. Blessed are those who are not offended by my preaching, because he preached more confidential truths. See? I say the same thing, because these are 100 times more confidential than what Jesus preached. He said, I have more to tell you. You couldn't bear it. This is about 5x the confidential things he would have told people. He could have told people, but he didn't. Yeah. See, and blessed are those who are not offended by this preaching. And I'll tell you, this is the purport of that statement. Because if you like this, and you think, wow, this is great preaching. Wow, I like this ecstasy. I would like some of that. Like one devotee said this morning, hey, I want some of that you guys got. You and Shama Sundari, who was Lalita, I think, was there. That you and Lalita, yeah, we want some. See, that you're really blessed to think like that, or anybody thinking like that. See? You get, in other words, you're blessed. You're blessed to get the blessing, because the blessing is going out to everybody, but not everybody receives it the same. This is blessed preaching, because if you like it, and this is blessed energy. See, from the real associates of Lord Caitanya, the real spiritual master that Narottam was glorifying in the song, from that special person that's here to deliver that bhakti and deliver people into Vrindavan, from them ecstatic prema emanates. And you like that? Blessed are you just for liking it. The Lord only wants to be liked. That's it. And that's him. He's the ecstasy. Or Radha's the ecstasy, which is also him. Him or he's the perfect trans. You want to be trans? Get into the Lord, man. Transgender, man. You know, you can't figure out, is he Radha or is he Krishna? Is he Radha, Krishna? Sometimes Krishna takes the dress of Radha. You know, they change dress sometimes. You know that? It's in the pastimes. Yeah, sometimes Krishna puts on the dress and people think, is that Radha? I mean, is that, yeah, and they think it's Radha, but it's Krishna dressed as Radha. And then sometimes Radha dresses as Krishna. Who's who? That's how close these relationships are. It's mind-blowing. Literally, it'll blow your mind. Okay? That's why, you know, it says if you go and see the rasa dance prematurely, even in Vrindavan, people went crazy, insane. See, that's the kind of realizations the Lord gives me, that kind of stuff. But not everybody here can take it because, you know, we got to gradually come closer and closer to the Lord. This simultaneously one and difference. It's very deep. And we have coverings still, you know, coverings, identifications and stuff. So it's brilliant how the Lord works with it. That's why this Sadhu Sangha is under the guidance of Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna and the whole parampara. What we're doing here is like master surgery and surgical procedure. I'm amazed myself, you know, how it's being done, you know. Janaki says, I would rather be here with you than anywhere in the world. Oh. See, that's called faith. See? That's called love. See? That's called a purified heart. Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. That's a Janaki, man. See? That's a Shamaguri. That's a Daphne. That's a Freddie. Who else is here? That's an Almond. That's an Amy Rose. See? You shall see God. Right? See? How do you do that practically? Oh, you see it in the scriptures. Now you know what they mean. You hear it in the words of the Guru. I'm just telling you about Krishna, that's all. He is these conceptions. I take shelter of them myself. I love preaching the Lord. I like to breathe the Lord into the world. He's the life of the world. I'm just here to servant, man. Here to breathe that life. Okay? As it is conception, without the change. You know, maybe under inspiration, magnifying and clarifying so people really get it anchored in them. Okay? You are always like a transcendental Santa Claus. Okay, we got that. I am here. Rajiv, oh yeah. By the way, thank you for your donation, Rajiv. I tried to look for you to thank you personally, so I have to tell it like here. But I couldn't find it, so thank you very much. And also, Eric, your donation still didn't go through yet, so I don't know what the heck's going on. Everybody else, it's worked. Thank you very much, everybody, for whoever contributed. My Bitcoin account will thank you, and as well as my rent. I got to pay rent soon. Yeah, we got to keep this show on the road as long as possible, huh? It's great. What else we got here? Yeah. Let's say eat some more candy here, Shamaguri. Let's see what other candy we can have. Yeah, the advent of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like an expanding ocean of nectar. That's why this is the greatest thing in the world. If you're not on a path where you're experiencing an ever-expanding ocean of nectar, Come on, man, get on one. There ain't any other one except realpurebhakti.com. You can have your purebhakti.com there on the internet, your pure Gaudiya Samiti. I'm going to name your names now because go hard. What do I have to lose? I have everything to gain, nothing to lose now. So you can have your purebhakti.com up there. And you know what? We'll be purebhakti.com. It comes here. You can be the calm. Keep it on the internet or something. Even on the internet, we'll transfer this bhakti into the hearts of others, into other temples. We'll light the temples up. Light them up! Light them up. Light them up. We'll light up the temples, man. We're purebhakti.com. Because it comes here, not just the calm or Cain. You guys are purebhakti.Cain. It came in with Lord Caitanya 550 years. We're purebhakti.coming again. Come again. This is the second coming of Lord Caitanya. Go, Ari. Let me tear my robes like they did with you. Oh, you're the Son of God. Yeah, this is purebhakti.com again there since Lord Caitanya. He's coming again, man. He comes in this preaching. He loves this preaching. How do I know? Because I get mad like a mad adder. I start crying and laughing and choking up and realizing things that not even the demigods probably realize. And I think some of you are following suit and becoming as mad as Gaur-Hari. Freddie says, when I studied Prabhupada's books, I never doubted about his message. And now that I'm here, I never doubted about the ecstatic potency we receive here. Isn't that great? That's amazing. Freddie may not show it all the time, but he must be feeling something, huh? Some devotees are like that. They don't express it so much, you know. Some people, I guess some are introverts and some are extroverts. And you know who Gaur-Hari is. He's kind of extrovert. Radhe says, good evening. Where have you been? Have you been playing hooky? You've been working double time, triple time or something? I haven't seen you in 3 or 4 days. You got to watch out, man, because you start coming here and then you stop coming. Gaur-Hari notices. They who will not dive into that ocean must find themselves diving into an ocean of unwanted deeds. See, because you naturally get attached to the world and worldly things. A devotee who dives regularly into this nectar of this love of God, this prema, this devotion that's being distributed here, it purifies you for the day and you're not so inclined to do mundane things. Or get to, even if you got involved in mundane things, like I watch a movie, you know, and stuff during when I'm eating or something. But hey, man, you know, it doesn't, because of being able to dive into this nectar, I don't have to be so strict. And then I learn stuff, you know, I use it for the preaching. I like it. So, you know, Lord, it seemed to be okay with it. Yeah. See, but the unwanted deeds, if you can't dive into this nectar, you become strongly attached to them, strongly attached to the false ego. All of a sudden, you become a religionist. You know, in a religion, you become materially motivated. You start to be attached, overly attached to things. Why? Because you don't have this. This nectar purifies everything. This nectar is the supreme type of purification. And then more and more of tasting this every day, more and more, then it becomes an all-encompassing path. You just transcend the ladder of even Vaidhi Bhakti. And just love Krishna, just love Krishna. It's just every day. Love Krishna. It's all about loving Krishna, man. More and more and more. And then these verses come alive and you explain them to others and pass it on, liberate other beings who are not offended by your preaching. And even if they are offended, they're getting purified because the offense comes out of them. See, unwanted will not find themselves diving instead of unwanted deeds. The beauty of this kind of sadhu sangha on this point is by diving in more and more, then you find the most wanted deed is to dive into these loving relations with God. That is the most important thing to get here. See, is the experience of diving into this, and then they become your wanted deed. You want to do this. I look forward to diving into this nectar now. That is my saving grace. I'm saved simply because I want to. My heart wants, even my mind wants to think, right, hey, don't forget this. Dive into this nectar. It satisfies the heart and the mind. The mind becomes like Bhagavad Gita. It's your best friend now instead of your most fearsome enemy. See, the enemy is your mind and other people's minds. The controllers of this world, the rakshasas, the man-eaters, the baby eaters, the baby killers. See, their minds are your worst enemies because if you believe them, see? This is what you get here. You get freedom from that. See? Your freedom, your own mind becomes your best friend now because it wants to dive in this nectar. See? And satisfies the heart and the mind. Where are you going to get that? See, the golden moon of Lord Caitanya Chandra now creates tidal waves in the ocean of nectar of pure love for Krishna. See, the golden moon of Lord Caitanya now creates, you know what, I'm going to save this for later because I think it's time. I need to stop talking a little bit. So let's play the song. Thank you. Could you imagine you have something that the body can't withstand the onslaught of happiness and ecstasy? Save the rest of this meal for when I'm rested. It's just getting good. Oh, give us a word, Shamaguri. You want to say something? You have anything you want to share?
Yeah.
Good. Go for it.
I just love to come here and listen to you. This is so goes in my ears, in my heart, and it's so it's overwhelming, beautiful. Yeah.
Do you feel blessed?
Yeah, of course. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you see why Jesus said, "Blessed are those who are not offended by my preaching." Is what he meant. That's the purport. Not me. You think of me. Devotees, they represent Krishna. They bring forth the true word of God. And if that enlivens you and you're not offended by it, you just go, you just lifted by it, More and that's it. Like Bhaktivinoda said, I can't follow perfectly all the rules and regulations, and I don't even want to. But I know I'll attain all perfection by sitting in front of an empowered devotee. by the Shuddha Bhakti potency, and I'll attain all perfections. That's the path here. You can slack off on anything else, but if you don't slack off on this, you'll get all protection.
Never.
It sounds like you're a bulldog. You a bulldog? Don't let go. Not a pit bull. Pit bull. You're the pit bull. Yeah. Never let go. You ever see pit bull? Boy, when they get a prey.
Well, of course.
I've seen it on TikTok, man. They show you these things where pit bull gets a hold of another dog. You can't get them off, man. You beat that thing, man. This one is beating them. He's still there and wouldn't let go. You know, if you're like that with devotional service and devotees in this path and don't let go, Krishna is obliged to give himself. He has to. There's no doubt. This is Krishna's own words. He says, if anybody takes shelter of my real devotees, there's no doubt that they won't attain me. Because if you do, you're gonna change. You're gonna transform. You're gonna become qualified quickly. But those who worship me directly, and that means that's everybody. Everybody else. If you don't get the mercy of a real Vaishnava to know how the Lord appears in this world, even as a real devotee, and you don't know them that well, then you can be deviated still. And so there's doubt, you may or may not attain, when you gradually get purified, and then you start to understand the importance of his devotees when they're here. So you may or may not be delivered, probably will. But for those who understand the verse I just quoted and you act according to it, and you'll see, you'll come to a point where you'll know, oh yeah, all I have to do is just stay here, stay committed, and that's it. I'm not, and I'll get Krishna's grace. Matter of fact, those kind of persons already attained the grace of Lord Caitanya. We have examples of Maharaj Prataparudra. He was ready. He said, I'm not letting go of Lord Caitanya. I'll give up my kingdom. I'll be a beggar. The mercy of Lord Caitanya is more important than anything. So, okay, well, great. Thank you there, Shamaguri.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Accepting me.
I like funny girls. Anybody who will laugh at my jokes, I'll accept.
Yeah, I love your jokes.
Dancing to his name. Haribo. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Haribo.
Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste the sweetness of his friend. Caitanya Mahaprabhu,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Caitanya Mahaprabhu,
all you have to
do is sing the sweet chanting of the name.